was realized. Tell me the emotions that you felt.
I was definitely emotional. I think moments like that, I kind of reflect on, my grandmother and my grandfather, and, you just wish that they were here, for like moments like that. And I knew that they would be extremely proud of me for just the way I handled myself, throughout my career.
Tyrann Mathieu gets him an interception.
I can tell by your stories you have a big football family. They're gathering around watching other games. You've got diehard Saints fans.
Yeah.
What's the conversation they're having with you about this matchup at the Superdome? Sean Payton's coming back. Take me into the family chat.
Well, most of them are still kind of mad about how he kind of left us hanging. Some people probably be happy to see him, and I think, a few other people, they'll let them know, what's on their mind.
That's football fandom here.
That's football
I love it.
Ball's loose. Tyrann Mathieu calls the fumble, and he goes and picks it up.
Where is your headspace at right now, just going into this Thursday night game?
How do we get a win? How can I motivate my teammates, encourage them, self-motivate myself to just play the best that we can play? I think that's my job, as a leader, is to continue to push people in the right direction. Obviously, we didn't expect to be, on a 4-game losing streak, but it happened. And so how do we respond? How do we adjust? I mean, this is a perfect opportunity. We're playing against one of the former coaches from New Orleans, right? Like, he's going to be fired up. He's going to get his team fired up. It's primetime football, Thursday night on Amazon. The stage is set.
We love a hometown kid. Tyrann raved about how special it is to put on this Saints jersey every single game. He knows the team has hit a rough patch after a hot start, but there's no better time than tonight to turn it around. And Carissa, a little birdie told me he might be close to catching up to Sherm's interceptions. I don't know, though.
Whoa, Sherm.
Sheesh. He's the active leader right now in interceptions for us. So he got 35. He only needs 2 more to catch my regular season total.
Well, this Saints team would love to have you out there right now because according to Dennis Allen, he said his team's tackling was atrocious. The last game, they gave up almost 600 yards. What's going on with the defensive side of the ball, Sherm?
I talked to Joe Woods, the defensive coordinator, and he said exactly that. This season, they've given up 370 yards after tackles, from broken tackles, and you can't have that. This is day one football. This is effort and attitude. This is technique. You got to know how to tackle the football, and guys aren't pursuing. Guys aren't getting there. It's supposed to be gang tackling. Everybody's supposed to get there. You're seeing guys not have the effort. I don't know what that was. You can't dive, and it's lack of effort, it's lack of technique, and you're getting bullied. If you play like that, you don't deserve to win. And so they're going to have to fix that. They get a chance early, a quick turnaround, flush this, and go up.
Yeah, some of it's pride. They got run out of this building last game. It was embarrassing.
Well, I know this building has a ton of pride for the guy that's coming up next. We're serving up some pregame prep delivered by Little Caesars with the man himself, Drew Brees, the newest member of the Saints Hall of Fame, will join us next when we return to New Orleans. Don't go anywhere.
Leonardo da Vinci was a great inventor.
Yes, this is Munich singing John Denver as one. This is literally happening. Listen to this.
This is the most important timeout I've ever called.
Things are getting out of control out there, and we need to regroup.
Hate is winning out there.
So let's call a timeout against hate together.
Timeout.
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 Timeout, 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 timeout!
Listen up, get tight.
This is the most important timeout I've ever called.
Things are getting out of control out there, and we need to regroup.
Hate
Hate is winning out there.
Not on these fields.
in our communities, on our streets, in our schools.
And we need to stop it.
So let's take this moment
To change the momentum
and call a timeout
on hate.
Together.
Together.
Inside the NFL goes deep with previews of the biggest games.
This is going to be a real battle.
And reviews of the best plays. Inside the NFL. New episode Wednesdays at 9/8 Central on the CW.
Wakey, wakey. It's an encore of Sunday Morning Football live from London.
Let's go!
Drake May leads the Patriots against Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars. Patriots, Jaguars, Sunday at 9:30, only on NFL Network.
Thursday night football on Prime. It's on.
Ready to have some fun?
Tonight, it's Denver versus New Orleans as Thursday
Night Football is on.
A lot of buzz around this one.
It's a homecoming as Sean Payton returns to the Big Easy. It's the Broncos taking on the Saints.
What a catch!
Give him the rock! Stream Thursday Night Football. Coverage begins tonight at 7 Eastern, only on Prime.
On game days, you show up loud.
But only 66% of voters showed up to the 2020 election.
Which is why this election, we need everyone to make their voice heard.
And all we have to do is vote.
The moments that make Sunday afternoons are on NFL Red Zone.
Here we go.
See every touchdown from every game.
Let's go to the Octo Box.
Every Sunday afternoon during the regular season. Get NFL Red Zone now.
For elite football analysis, Inside the NFL goes deep.
The touchdown is caught.
Previews of the biggest games.
This is going to be a real battle.
Touchdown.
Reviews of the best plays.
This dude was all about physicality.
And the game plan.
Here, and then here.
From football's greatest coach.
I don't usually get to hold the clicker.
Don't get used to it.
Inside the NFL. New episode Wednesdays at 9/8 Central on the CW.
Verizon Access. Get access to the sidelines just like this and other exclusive NFL experiences just for being a Verizon customer. Scan to learn more.
Tonight is about us, our passion.
To the city of New Orleans and the Who Dat Nation, words cannot express the love and appreciation I have for you. You embraced me as your quarterback, and my family as your own. I recognize the chance you took when signing me on March 14th, 2006. I worked every day to prove you right. You made me strive to be the best that I could be for you.
Get ready to party with the Lombardi, New Orleans.
It was your passion, emotion, and resilience that made us all believe. And here's to the next chapter.
And joined now by the man behind all of those incredible moments, Drew Brees. Thank you for being here. Congratulations, the newest member of the Saints Hall of Fame. What does it mean to you?
It means a ton. This organization, this city, this fan base means so much to me. And what was fun is the last 10 years of my career, I saw a ton of my teammates, guys that we had played together and won championships together, go into the Saints Hall of Fame. And it was always an opportunity to reflect, to think about on all the great moments, great memories, and just their contributions to this organization. So now I basically just get to join my teammates.
Very serendipitous that your old coach, Sean Payton, is back in the building on the same night that you're inducted into the Hall of Fame, and you had some fun earlier today at the luncheon. Take a listen.
My phone rings. I don't recognize the number, but I pick it up, and on the other line, it's, "Hey, Drew Brees, this is Sean Payton, head coach of the New Orleans Saints." I said, "Hey, Coach, how you doing?" You look over to my father-in-law, "Who is Sean Payton?"
That's great. Fair to say you know who Sean Payton is now, but that's a very funny moment.
Yeah, I think we all do. That was the time in my career where I'm coming off the shoulder injury. I'm not sure if anybody is going to want me. And my very first call, I was in Birmingham, Alabama, rehabbing, literally in the Arby's drive-thru, and I get that call. And I said, well, I don't recognize the number, but I'm going to pick it up. Who knows who it could be? And sure enough, it's Sean Payton. And trust me when I say we all know who he is now, and he's had left an indelible mark in my life, my career. He's molded me into so much of who I am.
Well, speaking of indelible mark, I remember when we used to come out here and play against you guys. This stadium is in love with you for everything that you've done. And I don't know if you saw the interview, but Tyrone Matthew said about you that in New Orleans there's Jesus and then there's Drew Brees. How does that make you feel coming back here? I mean, how's that all hit you?
To me, I was blessed with the honor to be a part of something so special. One of the best pieces of advice that I got the moment we signed in New Orleans was that if you love New Orleans, it will love you back. And there is no truer statement.
Can you give us some insight into the education that Bo Nix is getting right now? I mean, I feel like he's so lucky to fall into the lap of Denver and to be able to learn from Sean Payton.
Yeah. Look, I think he was one of my favorites coming out in the draft. Really based upon his experience, 61 starts in college. Saw him do a lot of great things. I think he's an extremely accurate passer. He's very dynamic with what he can do with his legs. I think most guys coming from college are so used to being in shotgun. And yes, we are a shotgun, league now. And yet the ability for him to be able to go under center what that could do to help the run game and the play action. You just don't see it in their offense now. It looked like they tried to do it early on, and I just don't think he's used to turning his back to the defense. And I think that's just part of his progression. I think the great offenses in this league have the ability to go under center. That's going to help with the run game. It's going to help with the play action. It just broadens the scope of what you can do as an offense.
That's awesome. Drew, I was trying to look up some clips we could show Drew Brees highlights, but I thought, you know what? Let's go all the way back to you being a rookie. You got your chance to play week 8, I think it was. And I was like, let's pull up a clip of that. I think it was a 40-yard pass in that game that we got to see the young Drew Brees.